If you'd like to learn about one of the most important principles in MMA training, stay tuned and watch this short video. If you want to master MMA fundamentals, check out my instructional called MMA Essential Lessons. In it you can learn about clinch takedowns, boxing, grappling, Muay Thai, ground and pound, Thai and puppet master clinch, escapes from inferior positions, and shooting takedowns. Check out the link in the description below. Hi, my name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, where we teach coaches, fighters and enthusiasts how to train smart and not just hard. Today I'll be talking about the graduality or gradualness principle in MMA training. This principle is also very important in learning in general, so it doesn't only apply in MMA training. This concept is very simple and powerful. It's all about increasing complexity one step at a time. Many martial artists, including professional fighters, tend to go too hard, too soon, too fast, and combine too many things at the same time, which is of course the ultimate goal, to be able to perform the technique in less than optimal conditions. So you want to be able to do the technique in fighting conditions where the opponent is resisting hard, where you combine many techniques and stuff like that. But how do you get to that level? You can't just be effective in those conditions if you haven't practiced your technique gradually. So today I'm going to show you just how to do that with my student Marco. So we will gradually go from simple to more complex. And for this video's purposes, I chose the double leg takedown. Marco will first start with the basic double leg done stationary. No moving around and no punches to prepare it. Just a penetration step, level change, cutting the corner and ending up inside control. Next we increase the complexity by adding a jab before a double leg. Everything is still done stationary. In the next drill we add movement. I'm just going to play Marco's punching dummy and block all his punches with my forearms and elbows. He only jabs once or multiple times and then goes into a double leg. Then he will include all boxing punches and I will still be playing his punching dummy. You don't have to punch extremely hard. Just be mindful of your technique and connect the two elements, punches and the double leg. Now Marco's double leg is not there yet, and although he has used it in competition before, we still need to sharpen it. I do have a video dealing with 6 most common mistakes when doing a double leg, so if you're interested, check out the link in the cards above or in the description below. The next drill consists of flow boxing and Marco going for the double leg. This time I'm not just playing his punching dummy, but also boxing. Bear in mind that flow boxing is not sparring. It is like pretending to spar. We are not going to try really hard to outbox each other. We are just throwing punches to the face and body, creating a more complex scenario than before. Don't go too fast or too hard, because that would defeat the purpose of this drill. You could actually go fast but not hard once you become good enough, but it is a good idea to start slow. Even my students from the advanced group do slower flow drills sometimes, since you can see more things happening that way. The last drill is almost identical to the one before, which means we are doing flow boxing and Marco is also going for the double. But this time I will sometimes resist his double leg slightly, thus forcing him to adapt and either transition into another technique or make some kind of adjustment in order for the double leg to work. I'm not resisting very hard, maybe only 10 to 30%. Playing around with percentages is one of the most important training tools we use, and I might do a video about that in the future. For now, let's just keep the defense to no more than 30%. When Marco takes me down, I also try to turn and stand up slowly, thus getting him used to putting his weight on me to prevent me from getting up. You can also add this to the drill, but you don't have to. The next step would be a situational sparring where both of us would be boxing for real, meaning it would not be flow boxing, but we wouldn't try to rip our heads off since it is not a competition. Marco would go for the double leg and I would defend. Then after 5 minutes we would switch roles. And then you can add kicks to the mix, meaning you would spar kickboxing and one of you would go for the double leg or more takedowns. When we spar situationally by combining strikes and takedowns, the partner whose goal is the takedown usually doesn't just limit himself to the double leg but also attempts other techniques as well. Many MMA champions use ground and pound as their go-to strategy. If you want to learn how to do it properly, check out my Total Ground and Pound Blueprint instructional. The link is in the description. So that was the graduality or gradualness principle. This is a very, very important principle to include in your training. I cannot stress this enough. Question for today. Do you use the graduality principle in training? If so, how exactly do you use it? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, like it and share it, and you can also subscribe to my channel. And if you like a more in-depth MMA training, check out my instructionals. My name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, and I will see you again very soon.